Another of the key suspects linked to the Umthwalume murders in KwaZulu-Natal is questioning her 41-year-old son's apparent suicide. She remains to wish anonymous. She fears for her own life after her son, we're told, confessed to 4 of the 5 known murders where the bodies were found in sugarcane fields. She spoke to Newzroom Afrika's Corinda Jacques-Mohan today. Corinda, good afternoon, and she's standing by for us live. Corinda, good afternoon to you. An incredible interview. What did she say to you?
Yes, good afternoon to you, Stephen. Well, the mother of the man who apparently hanged himself while in police custody has questioned if there was any place within prison holding cells for her son, her 41-year-old son, to commit suicide. She's extremely devastated about what happened. As we spoke to her, she was saying that she's fearing her life because as she tries to live within her community, she says that neighbors are speaking to her in a different manner now, and there are rumors swirling around the community to ban her from the community of Umthwalume. This after her son confessed to 4 of the 5 murders that we've seen taken place here since March, and it's alleged that there are other women who the man has confessed to killing, and this is leading to police to further investigations. Now, as we spoke to this woman, a very elderly and spiritually inclined woman, she said that her son had never been this way when he had been living with her as a child. She described her son as a soft-spoken boy, a boy who wasn't inclined to any activity of this kind, and says that he moved away to live with the mother of his children years ago. And following this, of course, she says that what she believes is bad spirits have overcome him, and now following his death, she says that she wants him to take away these bad spirits from his family home, from his 3 children. And what she says is that as she mourns the death of her son, she's also mourning the death of the women who have died. And she says that she's also fearing going out in the community. She hasn't been able to light a candle to mourn her son's death because she fears that if she goes out to the community to make funeral arrangements and make preparations for funeral arrangements, she may be attacked by members of the community who are still in anger over what has been happening here in Umthwalume. In fact, Stephen, this is what she had to say as we were speaking to her just earlier today.
Corinda, obviously, of course, we're protecting her identity and keeping that secret for her own safety. I can't imagine how she must feel about all of this. This must just be so deeply traumatic for her.
Yes, indeed. As we spoke to her, she burst out into tears, just remembering what has happened over the past few days. She's currently not at her home here in Umthwalume. She's living instead with family just nearby her home. She says every day she'd wake up now, wash her clothes, find something to eat, and then go to her relative's home for a place of safety. She also says that at the time of her son's death on Monday morning, she was heading to court when a policeman had phoned her to say that she shouldn't be going to court and she should stay just near a SASSA office where she'd been. Following this, police told her that her son had committed suicide, something she still doesn't believe and is questioning, although police say that they do not rule out any foul play. However, going forward though, she says, she is supposed to be guarded by police at this time. However, she does not have this opportunity. So as she's living in fear because what she says is that neighbors are looking at her in a different way now, and she believes that she may be shunned away from this community because of the murders that her son has confessed to, and the fact that after her son's death. The community is still seeking some form of justice, and that is why she's living in fear now. Like I said, unable to make any proper funeral arrangements because she's scared of going into town, away from her home, just in a rural area near the Umthwalume town. She can't come here because she fears going out in public she'd attract the eyes of those who perhaps want justice and believe that by attacking her they'd find some form of justice. That is why she's asking for a police guard at this time, something she doesn't have, but she needs at this time so that she can go forward and move on from this in a safe manner. At this time, she's left with her surviving grandchildren, as well as the rest of her children. She's currently living with her daughter just nearby her home, and there she says that she is now also in mourning over the death of those women that have died here. Their bodies were dumped in sugarcane fields in Umthwalume. In fact, 3 of the bodies just found nearby this sugarcane plantation that we're standing at here. And of course, going forward, police are continuing with their investigations and back to the drawing board after the death of this 41-year-old key suspect in the series of Umthwalume murders.
Corinda Jagmohan, thanks very much indeed.